Hallo zusammen, das ist Gampel TV mit der Madeleine und ich bin hier mit dem Half Moon Run mit dem Dylan und mit dem Isaac. Hello guys, how are you?
Good.
Yeah.
How was your trip to beautiful Valley?
Well, I slept the whole way, so I just woke up a couple hours ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, me too.
You said that you were in Basel yesterday, so is that your first time in Switzerland?
No, we've been here a bunch now. First time in Basel.
Mm-hmm.
But what did we do? We played Gurtenfest. We played Gurtenfest earlier this summer, which was really nice.
Yeah, and now we are here in Gampel, Le Valais, which is very famous for raclette. Have you heard of that specialty?
I've heard of it before. Do you know what it is?
No.
Is it with cheese and
Right.
stuff?
It's melted cheese, potatoes, and cucumbers, and onions and vinegar. So you have to taste this afterwards. Maybe after the concert, because you drink white wine with it. And maybe it's better after the concert. You have 2 albums out, and the critics are, this is perfection.
Wow.
I've never heard an album like this before. I love every single track of this album. So that was, I heard about the first one, Dark Eyes, and now it's going on with the second one as well. It's amazing. Could you imagine that it was going to be like this when you started to play music together?
No. I mean, I think it would seem ridiculous to be in our first jam and just like, guys, we're gonna be so successful. This is like, we're so good at everything. You know, it's just not. Those are thoughts that just like, you know.
But still, it's a dream, right?
It is a dream.
Yeah.
A lot of this is a dream come true for sure.
It has come true right
yeah.
now, right? Do you feel a pressure? Because after the first one, that was really fantastic. You brought so many beautiful songs to us, to our ears, and it's a really amazing album. And then, do you feel a pressure because the critics were so good? And then you said to yourself, "Oh, we got to do the same thing for the second one."
Everyone talks about that pressure, but I don't really think that we felt it. It's we just do what we do. We get into the jam space and we write the best songs we can, and it is what it is, you know. I didn't personally feel the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, we're writing music and like, you know, and working on jamming together and coming up with stuff. We're not really reading reviews and being like, oh, well, this person said this about this song, so therefore we should write a song in this way to make that person happy, and we should write our music according to what we think the critics might. You know, there's just, you can't think like that.
Yes, but there's still musicians. That's what musicians say, but often they
okay,
still leave their
So like
ideology.
Yeah. So we like to say that we're not affected by it, but that usually musicians are. Is that what you're saying?
Isaac, you said that you love every single track of the new album, right? Do you remember?
Did I say that?
Yeah, that you fell in love with every single track of the new album. Can you say something about this?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So when you're writing songs, for us at least, it's like when you complete a song, it feels like a total miracle. And when you're at some point at every song, Dark Eyes and Sun Leads Me On, it's like at some point when you're writing it, it's like the most mind-blowing, best thing you've ever heard in your life. And that's what the passion you have to write a song, you know. And so at some point I was in love with every single track on that album. Absolutely.
And how about now? Which is your favorite one?
My favorite one to listen to with headphones is probably Hands in the Garden. And then my favorite one to play on stage is probably Consider Yourself, because it's at the end of the set and it's full of energy and it's fun.
Yeah. How about you?
I actually second that. I agree. I was hoping you would say that. It's true.
So you don't have to answer that question. And you said also that the 2 albums are completely different. That's right. When I listen to it, I would say that maybe the first one is a little bit more folky, more traditional folk, and the second one has more of that poppy and electronic, and suddenly you have also tracks that start very slow and then suddenly there's a crescendo which goes into a musical climax. But then I go back and listen to Dark Eyes and I say, no, it's not so different. What is actually different between the 2 albums for you personally?
It's always such a hard thing to describe. It feels so different when we're doing it. You know, when we're writing the new songs, like, oh, I've never heard anything like this before. It's very exciting. But you're right. Listening back, it's like there are a lot of common themes between the two albums, I guess. Like dynamics, I think, are one thing that have always been a constant for us. Like we never want to just assault with the same thing. It's never loud all the time, and also never quiet all the time. Like we like dynamics of emotion and dynamics of volume and all that sort of stuff. So that does connect the two albums, I guess. And also I think that we still like to try to experiment with new styles and new things.
Yeah.
And we've always wanted to do that in Dark Eyes and on Sun Leads Me On, and I'm sure we'll keep experimenting in the future.
Yeah, and you don't like to be compared with other groups because we're talking about Radiohead, Alt J, Buckle or whatever. Do you is that an honor for you, or you just say no, we do our own thing and we don't want to be compared with other groups?
No, it's okay. It's cool. I mean, like I do that when I watch a great movie. I'm like, oh, that reminds me of this director. That reminds me of that movie that I saw. I think it's totally natural to make those comparisons as a listener or a viewer or something. You're just like, oh, it reminds me of all this stuff. But for us personally, we just don't think about it. We're not making those comparisons ourselves. So sometimes we hear them, we're like, oh, I didn't think. Oh, okay. It just kind of throws us off a bit. But no, we're not like, no, you can't compare us to anybody. Like it's a natural thing to do.
Of course, and you take also your inspiration from other musicians, from whatever you hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or life, you said.
Just everything and everyone. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Your music sounds quite mature. I see that you're very young, or you look young. I don't know your age, but I think you're young. So, but the music seems to me quite mature. Is it? Are you? Is that a volunteer, or is it something you said? No, we don't want to go with the mainstream thing because the young people, they do all the same music styles, and we want to be different from the mainstream, or is it because it comes from your heart, of course, but.
I guess just like we were talking about styles of music, we're not sitting down before we write saying, okay, like let's write some mature music. You know, we don't say that, but we try to set the bar as high as we can, of course, and perhaps it just comes across that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get. Yeah, we're just trying to. It's always we're trying for it to come from the heart at all times. Whatever those feelings might be. Sometimes you might feel brash and wild and crazy, and maybe that's immature. And sometimes you're really digging into some deep feelings that maybe are more mature. Who knows? But we're always trying for it to come from the heart, I guess.
Nice. You also change the instruments. Everybody plays everything, and everybody sings, and everybody writes songs. This is, I imagine that it's sometimes maybe a little bit hard because you have different writers, and there's no head writer. But are you always on the same line, or do you have sometimes no, you can't, no, we can't do this because this is not, we don't like it?
It's all over the map. Sometimes it can be really exciting in that we can all do different things. So we try and do things for the song. So sometimes there might be a part that somebody writes in a song, but they need to do something else as well, and they don't have enough hands to do it. So it'll be like, I wrote this keyboard part, but I can't play it because I have to do this drum thing. Connor, can you play it? Or Isaac, can you play it? And the other way around too. Isaac will have a crazy drum beat and be like, Dylan, play this beat so I can rip this guitar. And I'm like, okay. So we all kind of switch around, and it can be fun, but also it can be challenging sometimes to find the right format with which to play a song.
You were all over Europe. You played at the Glastonbury. You were in Pukkelpop. You're going to Rock en Seine. These are the most, the biggest festivals in Europe. What is it like to be in front of 30, 40, 50,000 people and watch them from the stage? What is that feeling like?
It's an honor and it's a dream.
Yeah. And do you realize that there's so many people are listening to you, or that the people they came maybe for you?
When I'm on stage personally, I tend to like I'm really focusing on the music. My eyes are closed most of the time. Time to time, and I'll open up and I'll see like this sea of people, and it's mind blowing. Especially some of these festivals, like we'll play them like when the sun is down, and time to time, everyone during a slow song, everyone will take out their cell phone and put on the flashlight, and it is so beautiful. It's crazy. It's
I
crazy.
imagine.
Yeah.
I imagine. Wow.
It's like looking at a bunch of stars or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We used to use fire lighters.
Yeah,
Not
back,
cell phones.
back
Yeah,
in
back
my
in the time,
day.
yes.
Yeah.
My time.
Yeah,
Do you have a favorite festival?
There's one that we're I'd say my favorite festivals to play are Glastonbury and Woodford Folk Festival in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. I think Woodford Folk Festival in Australia is my favorite place in the world, and we want to go back whenever we can, basically.
Yeah.
Hopefully, after your gig, you will say that Gampel is your favorite festival, and you'll come back.
Yeah, we're just
maybe.
new. We're getting
Yes.
acquainted. You know, we just arrived. So
Yeah. What can we expect from your show afterwards?
lots of energy, lots of hair being thrown around. Hopefully, some good music and some good connection to the crowd, and hope everybody likes it.
Yes. Of course, I do like it. Do you have the time to go around, maybe go hiking a little bit, go up in the mountains, or do you have to leave straight after your concert?
Not straight after, but soon after. So I could maybe go for like a 45-minute walk. Do you think I could like walk up there or something? Or
Oh yes,
Yeah.
there's also a telecabin that brings you up.
Oh, a gondola.
A gondola, yes, right.
Yeah.
And then you can hike
Oh, yeah.
upstairs. Or you can walk up, whatever. It's a nice area, really nice area.
I would love to.
Or watch other concerts. Did you see the poster?
I haven't seen.
No.
I don't know.
There's nice concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've briefly looked at it, but
You don't remember?
I don't
any of the-
remember
Okay.
anything.
So, thank you guys. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, and I'm
Thank you.
looking forward to your show afterwards. Have a good time on stage and in Switzerland. And thanks for
Thank
the
you very
interview.
much.
Das ist Gampel TV gewesen mit Half Moon Run.